Hi everyone. First of all, can you hear me? If you could all give me a bit of a thumbs up in chat, that'd be marvellous. I can see you all chatting away. Can you just let me know that you can hear me, please? Hi Tracy. Oh, so you can hear me. That's marvellous. Thank you. Oh goodness, everything's working. I actually tested it properly this time, which probably helps. And am I in sync this time? That's the big question. I hope so. I fiddled with their Wi-Fi, so hopefully, good. Oh, relief after last time. Thanks everyone for joining me. It's really good to see you all. Like see you all chatting away in a chat here. That's great. Now I had an idea. I thought that we would, instead of me making videos about each aspect of YouTube, I could tackle the questions like this. Oh, I see Bev's in as well. Hi Bev. Because what I'm thinking is then we can take questions as we go, and maybe in time I'll make actual videos on the topics. But at least I'll know what the questions are, if that makes sense. Am I? Thank you, June. Oh, thanks, Bev. I've actually put makeup on. Anyway, today's topic is about actually earning some sort of an income from YouTube. So if you are a crafter on YouTube, or you're thinking of starting a crafting channel, then you're in the right place, basically. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, I would like YouTube to become a full-time income stream for me. Others might be thinking, no, but it'd be nice if I could just self-fund my hobby through it. That would be great. So I thought what we could do is have a look at the ways that we can actually generate some form of income through YouTube. Now, I'm angling this specifically at crafters because there are a lot of channels out there where they talk about how to make money on YouTube. I can find nothing that is specifically for crafters, and there are some areas where it's a little bit different for us, or in fact, I think we have an unfair advantage in places. So that's what I was going to start with today, that particular topic of making money as a crafter on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is go through in sections. We'll talk, I've got 4 main headings. I'll talk you through them in a moment, and then we'll talk about each one. Hi, Jenna. And we will and then I can take questions on each topic as well. So I'll try and keep it a little bit more structured than my usual going off at tangents all over the place. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how that goes. So, for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Tracy. I am a full-time YouTuber, pretty much, although I do have a little part-time job helping out at a museum. I'm pretty much a full-time YouTuber nowadays. My craft channel, Mini Scenes GB, monetized in about 4 months. Took them another couple of months to sort out getting all my authorizations through, but actually hitting that 4,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers took about 4 months. So for those of you who don't know my background, that is it. Now, I was able to go full time on YouTube at about, I suppose, I don't know, it was within the year anyway. Although do bear in mind, I do have a small pension coming in as well. So it isn't my only income stream. Now, I'm not here to promise you you can become rich being a crafter on YouTube. It Some people make a little bit of money, some people probably do make quite a lot of money. I'm sure there are some that make a very good full-time living. I'm kind of just doing okay, but I've only just realized that I'm just over 2 years into my YouTube. It was 2 years 2 days ago, in fact. So I think I'm doing pretty well. As I always say, I am absolutely not an expert, and I'm sure other people have different experiences to me regarding the whole YouTube journey thing. But I'm very happy to share with you, and these are some of the questions that I keep getting. So I'm going to do these lives, and ultimately I will end up probably making some videos and things on the topic as well, so that you can fire more questions at me. It just seemed to be the best way to do it, to keep it interactive, and we can kind of take it from there. So that's the plan. I hope that sounds okay for you all. I'm very glad you can hear me and that everything's working today, and that you can't hear Mark rummaging around on the landing. Probably not. Right, the topics I'm going to cover today then are there's four main headlines. One of them will be monetizing your channel. So this will actually be fairly generic initially because it's about the 4,000 watch hours, the subscriber counts, that sort of thing. And also then how that generates an income. But there are some points that where I think crafters have an unfair advantage. So I'll highlight those too. Then a lot of people, it's a constant topic of chat in our Discord group, is the affiliate deals. It's all right, I've just seen the on air sign. Is it backwards to you? I think my screen's flipped. It's not lit up because it's too bright. My screen might be flipped. I might fix that for next time. But I look the right way around to me, so that's okay. Anyway, where was I? See, look, I said I wouldn't go off at a tangent, and I have already. So yes, affiliate deals. That was the other thing. I'm asked all the time about how to get affiliate deals. How did I get the hookup with each of the suppliers and so on, and how does that all work? So we'll cover that off as well. We'll also talk about the. This is backwards. Yeah, I'll flip my screen for next time. It's the one thing I didn't check. I've done it again, haven't I? Right, sales of your own goods. That's another topic I'm going to cover because I've found that the sales of the things that I make with no effort at all have absolutely rocketed, and it is thanks to YouTube. So again, it's somewhere where I think we as crafters have an unfair advantage. We'll also talk about sponsored videos because that's a topic that's come up in questions quite recently. So we'll pick that one up as well, and also anything else you want to talk about. So if I go through these in that order, and you can ask me questions specifically on that topic in each section. That will try to keep my brain a bit on track, and hopefully I'll pick up all of your questions okay. So let me. Where are we? I've got a caption for this. I've got a bit more organised than usual. Here we go. Earning directly from YouTube. That's our first topic. Now, can I ask you if you have a question? Please would you pop a big capital Q before it in the chat, because I know what you lot are like. You'll all be chattering away. It's all wonderful. I love to see that, but I might miss your questions. So if you could put a big capital Q at the start, that would really help me, and I'll try and pick up your questions then. Right, let's talk about income directly from YouTube. Now, the bit where we all strive to get monetized is the when Google AdSense can start paying you. That is the main source of income that I think we all probably think of. Now, you can partially monetize at 500 subscribers as long as you've got 3,000 watch hours. I'll come back to watch hours, but you only have like a part of the full package. You're not going to get the income stream from Google. You will possibly be getting super thanks and super chats, which I'll explain in a moment, but you won't get the full monetization package. So I still think of monetization as the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So how this works is they pay you monthly, and it varies dramatically. My first month was £60. I think my highest so far has been, is it just under 900, something like that. So, a decent amount of money, and it's grown and grown, but it varies wildly from month to month. So bear that in mind if you are relying on it as a source of income, that it can vary dramatically. Now, the way they do this, they pay it to you monthly. They start processing it on the 21st of each month, and it then turns up sometimes after that in your bank account. It could be on the 21st, it could be as late as I think the 26th is the latest I've had it. So it is a little bit, it ought to be so automated, it's always on the same day, but it just isn't. So be warned about that. But not an insignificant amount of money. Now, this brings me back to watch hours, which is a question that I'm going to keep coming back through to. Um, Watch hours are what generates that income. It's not the number of your subscribers, it's not the number of your views, it's not your click-through rate, it's watch hours, because your video needs to be really to get the mid-roll adverts, and that's what you're getting a cut of the revenue from. Your video needs to be over 8 minutes. And obviously, the longer people watch the video, the more potential to see the videos they've got on there, and therefore the more you earn. The amount you earn per advert also varies depending on the products that are being advertised. If they're advertising holidays or cars or something, then you're likely to get a bigger cut. But they do obviously target their adverts to be suitable for the channel. So I don't actually know what they show on mine because I've got YouTube Premium, so I don't see the adverts. So you lot will have to tell me. But so advertisers will pay differing amounts for adverts to Google depending on the type of adverts they're able to run and that fit with your niche. Ours, to me, seem to do quite well. I think we have a decent rate of pay for what we do. But the big thing with craft channels, uh, Lisa, I'll come to your question because I have premium too, so I can explain that. Leave that one with me. I'll come back to you in a moment. Yeah, so on craft channels, because people see us, with a mold, because if well, mine's a resin craft channel. So let's say people see me with this mold. Here's one. And they will watch quite a good way through the video. They might skip through part of it, but they want to see what the thing that comes out of it at the end is. So that's why we tend to get good watch hours. Now, some people will watch this in double speed or 1.5 times speed. That does mean we get less income because obviously the watch hours are truncated because of that. But there is a tendency for people to watch, at least I'm finding at least a third, sometimes over half of my videos. That worried me at first. I thought that was bad, but apparently it's very good. Other niches, it's a lot less. So it's the watch hours so that they can put the adverts in. That's what generates the income. Right, I can see I've got a couple of cracking good questions come in here about this. Let's pop that one on the screen. It's quite a long question, but it's a very good one. And that is, I don't see the advert. I don't have premium, but I never see adverts on any of the videos you watch. I don't. Lisa, how are you doing that? Have you got an ad blocker running? I hope not. I don't know. You should see adverts, certainly on mine and Claire's. This actually brings me on to Lynn's question. If you're not interested in earning from YouTube, can you disable them? Yes, you can. When you're uploading your videos, you get an option monetization on or off, and you can just click it to off. So if you're just purely doing it for fun and you don't want to derive any sort of income, just click that off. Job done. But coming back to Lisa's, Claire will have adverts on hers. I have adverts on mine. I don't know why you're not seeing them. Normally, the only way to avoid seeing adverts is with an blocker, which I believe is actually illegal. YouTube are trying to stamp it out. People using blockers are effectively stealing from Google and from us. Premium is a different matter because those of us who do pay for premium, I don't see adverts because I've got premium. Now, I pay for premium. So if I'm watching, say, one of Claire's videos or one of your videos, and I'm not seeing the adverts, what you will get is a tiny cut of what I've paid for my premium account to make it up. So you still get paid. So that is the proper way to do it. So, Lisa, I don't know why you're not seeing them. That is very strange. Uh, Gert wants to know if you can choose what you do and what you don't want to advertise. No, but you can move the adverts around. You can tell it, you can say to YouTube, just do your thing, because YouTube will try and pick suitable breaks, suitable pauses in your video, suitable points where it's sensible to put a video in, an advert in, and you'll get the one at the start, and I think you get one at the end sometimes as well, don't you? I don't know. But the mid-roll ones, that's halfway through or partway through your video, they will try and put those in logical breaks. And they tend to be, they'll target adverts that are appropriate for your audience. Like you probably wouldn't get adverts for Ferraris in the middle of my stream, I'm guessing. I'm only guessing, as I said, but they keep it appropriate to your audience. So I'm thinking probably lifestyle type stuff is what will probably pop up in mine. So you can't choose what, but what you can do is you can choose when. So if you want to control rather than let YouTube pick when to put the adverts, if you specifically want an advert at that point, you can manually do that. Or you can turn off mid-roll adverts and just have the one at the start and the end. So there is a little bit of flexibility, but you can't control what they advertise. Lisa, I know you said you didn't have premium. I don't know why that is then. I really don't know. Lucky escape from adverts, I suppose. That's really strange. I'm glad you don't have ad block. Thank you. If you don't see them, you don't see them. It's just one of those things. I honestly don't know why that would be. Any more questions on the AdSense aspect? Oh, oh, hey, look at this. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you, Mark. Service is good here, isn't it? So, yes. Any more questions on the AdSense? AV software blocking them. I don't know. There's all sorts of things that you could like. Yeah, the antivirus software. There could be all sorts of odd things that could be blocking it. I don't know what. But anyway, how long are the adverts, and what happens if people fast forward through them? The adverts are quite short. It's a long time since I've seen them, obviously, but I think there's something like, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. They there's some adverts they can completely skip, and some that they have to watch like the first 5 seconds or something. And Lynn, I'll pull some down the Wi-Fi for you. Um, yeah, so there's some you have to watch the first few seconds, and then you skip from there, and that's fine. That's fine. If they choose to skip the advert, you still get it's credited the same because that's their choice. So that makes no difference to us as content creators. So that was another good question. Oh, I didn't put that on the screen, did I? I'll get good at this eventually. There we are. So any more questions on AdSense? Just remember, it's all about your watch time. Still on water at the moment. Knocks it back quickly so she can get at the wine. No more questions on the AdSense. If you've got any more on it, can you save them all to the end? Because we'll do like a bit of a mop up at the end, because I'll go on to talk about the next couple of pieces. With your monetization on YouTube, the next thing you can get is super chats and super thanks. Oh, hi, Easel. Now, super chats are the sort of thing that you can do when you're live. Now, I found a slight drawback with Restream on this one. When you are I'm just going to open my wine. When you're streaming live, you should be able to see your live chat. Nice. And when you can see your live chat, when you're on YouTube, you can see if someone's done a super thanks because it comes up highlighted. So you can say, "Oh, thank you so much." And what's happening is people are sending you a small donation. I've had only a few of those because I don't do that many lives, but they're always very much appreciated, and it gets paid along with your money from Google AdSense at the end of the month. Now, the problem I've got on using this streaming software is I'm viewing it on the streaming software and I can't tell when somebody's done a super thanks, or if ever anybody does. So please forgive me if I don't thank you live in the chat and you've done that. That'll be why I will pop a thank in for you afterwards. Or you could go, "Hey, I've just done a super thanks," and yeah, and then I can thank you. Or if somebody will tell me, I don't know. I've got to find a way around that. I am going to raise it with Restream as well, because obviously if people do that, yes, it can be done after the live too. You're absolutely right. So if anybody wants to, there we go. Oh, look, I'm learning how to do things. So yeah, so if anybody does do that, you'll have to let me know, and just forgive me for now if I don't say thank you immediately, because I can't necessarily see it. So those are super chats. Now, super thanks are a slightly different thing, and they are when your video is already up on YouTube. Or it could be a normally recorded video, or it could be a live that is now stored on YouTube so people can watch it afterwards. And there's a there's a little pound sign, it's a dollar sign, isn't it? A little dollar sign button below your video window. And that's where people can click that and they can send a donation that way as well. Some people also do that buy me a coffee thing. I've got that running as well, because some people prefer to keep it away from YouTube, and that's totally fine. It's just a separate app that will take donations for you. So you can do that too. So there's lots of different ways that people can send you chip in little bits here and there. So those can work quite well. I don't get many of those. I certainly don't expect it, and I'm so grateful when I do. The other thing that people can do, of course, is join memberships. Now, memberships are an interesting one. These are again all paid as part of your AdSense payment at the end of each month. Now, it's hard to know what to do with memberships because I found that the craft community are they're unusual. Bless you, you're all just so nice. People just join to support me and don't expect anything in return. I put together a package of colouring pages, a few little freebie downloads, and for the highest level of memberships, they get a discount in my online store and things like that. But it turns out that what they appreciate is the occasional live chat, a bit of behind the scenes. We've got a separate little chat for it as well, but mostly they're just wanting to chip in and support, which is just unbelievable. Now, whether that's peculiar to the crafting community or not, I don't know, but I've been blown away by it. Now, I've set my memberships really cheap, and I think that is a wise thing to do for us crafters because it's more about the engagement than anything, and about the community. So I've kept it cheap, and so I think I'm getting about £60 a month, something like that, off that at the moment. So we're not talking mega bucks, although I do know there are some channels that have got enormous memberships that must be doing quite well out of it, I would imagine. So there you go. The trick is finding out what your members actually want. So I just ask them. That's the simplest thing. In your community tab, you can actually, when you put a post on in the community tab, um, you can choose to actually set it to just go to members. So, you know, I actually put something in there saying, thank you all so much. What do you want? Like a year and a half ago. And that's worked quite nicely. So we do that. And also it's quite easy to release some of your videos a little bit early so they can see it a day or so before anybody else. And in fact, the one that's going to go live tonight, which I hope will give you all a good giggle, it's less than 4 minutes long, but it's blooming funny. Well, I think it is. My members have already seen that, so they do get some little perks. But I think really they're more in it for just supporting, which is phenomenal. Well, thank you. The appreciation. I'm just having fun and making so many friends. It comes as a shock to me that we can make money out of it. So that is really everything I had to say around the YouTube income stream. The main area that I think it differs for crafters, and I think this actually applies to a lot of the things I'll talk about here, is the fact that we do quite well for watch hours. I think there's quite a lot of us hit the watch hours before we hit the number of subscribers, which I'm in some new YouTuber groups, and they're all saying, "Oh, I've got 1,000 subscribers, but I've only got 1,000 watch hours." We tend to be completely the other way around. And it's because what we're doing is we're appealing to an audience who want to sit and watch us make something. Yeah, and they and well, you know what it's like. You're doing a craft or you're watching a craft. It's relaxing. They enjoy watching the process. So we get those good watch hours, and our videos tend to be longer. People say, "Oh, I'm struggling to make a video of 10 minutes." And I'm thinking, crikey, I would, because it's hard to keep them that short when you're making stuff. Um, so I think those of us who can keep our videos fairly, what is condensed the word? Cut out to anything that needn't be there. Cut out any long gaps, but make sure you leave in the banter, leave in everything that's about the process of what we're doing, leave in any bits that you think, oh, I said something funny there. Didn't mean to. I'm going to leave that in. You know, keep it fun and light, but keep it moving. So our our videos, by the nature of them, I think we do tend to do quite well for watch hours. Watch hours are okay on shorts, but terrible on videos. But I'm the completely the other way around. I earn about 40 pence a month on shorts. Mind you, I only do a few, but the rest is all on the long ones. But you'll probably find that will turn around at some point, because the money to be made for most people, particularly with crafts, is is in the long format videos. What Lisa's saying there are many people with health issues who don't get out much. Yeah, and enjoy the crafting. You know what? This is something I've noticed from our demographic, and I think this impacts this watch hours thing. In YouTube analytics, you can see what sort of people are actually watching your videos. Mine say that with only very few outside of this range. Most people are between 45 and 65, and there's a few older, very few younger. Something like about 80% are women. And and I think it is exactly as John's just chipped in there as well. I can say we use craft as a therapy. For me, I suffer from stress, anxiety, depression. Very good tablets I've got. Um, and crafting is just I can get so lost in it, and I think a lot of people are like us. And I think as a result, they are the sort of people who will get a cup of tea and sit down and watch. They're not the sort that are going to be flick, 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 flick from video to video to video. They go think, oh, this looks interesting. I like the sound of this person, and they'll watch all through. Yes, what Gert's just mentioned here, shorts can help but to boost your long format stuff. Yes, so if you're one of these people who's very good at doing shorts, you will find that that helps, which is probably why I should do more of it. I'm going to try and repurpose some bits of clips from these lives for that exact purpose, to be honest. Who we got there? Oh, Sally. Hi, Sally. Any more questions on the general AdSense, Google paying you sort of thing? I tell you, it's funny when you see in your bank, Google have paid you. I ain't paid by Google. Feels really strange. Nervous about making videos. Yeah, there comes a point where you just got to leap in and do it. Here's an interesting one. Lynn's asked, have you noticed that even after finishing a video and go back to the main page, it says you did not finish the video? You know what? Sometimes one of my videos I actually screwed up. I've ended up with a great long blank on the end of it by accident. So I wonder if any of them are like that. Could be. I think you have to, if you've watched over right over the end when all the adverts for other people's videos come up, then it registers. But sometimes if you click away from it when you finish watching the video, but that bit hasn't quite come up, it does sometimes do that, which is a pain. Any more questions on the being paid by YouTube end of it before we move on to the next topic, which I know is a bit of a topic a lot of people are keen on, and that is the affiliate deals thing. Hi, G. Okay, I don't know how far behind the chat's running, but we'll park that one there. As I said, if you've got any further questions and you want to come back to that at all, we'll have a mop up at the end. So keep a note of the questions and we'll bring them back up at the end. Right. Now, this is probably the one I get asked about most. And again, I think it's where craft channels have another unfair advantage, which is great. Hello, Malula. Um, and that's the affiliate deals. What I get asked is, how do you get them? How do you choose who to work with? What do you get? How does it work? You know, how are you suddenly being sent all this stuff? I don't know then, Lynn. I really don't know why that's happening. Uh, yes, affiliate deals. Two things you get from affiliate deals. In some cases, three. One, free stuff. Two, commission. And three, new friends in some cases. Got quite friendly with a couple of the ones I'm affiliates with. June has been trying to get onto the affiliate program for Temu, but don't understand how it works. They drove me crazy trying to get me to have an affiliate deal, but it doesn't work on a laptop. You can only do it on your phone, and you end up having to set up proper campaigns and things. And I'm not doing that on my phone or my iPad mini. It's just too fiddly. So I just said no. It does not work at all on a computer. And it looks complicated, so I'm not the right person to ask about that one, I'm afraid. That might be something that others in the Discord group can help with. Hi, Rachel. Sorry if I'm missing anybody arriving. But yes, I know if there are a few on that Temu affiliate thing, so ask in the Discord group. I'm sure there'll be somebody in there that can speak more authoritatively on that than me. Now, there's different ways to get affiliate deals. There are some where you just apply on the website and see if they accept you. In fact, there's quite a few. So whenever you're in a supplier's website, go scroll. Usually, it's right at the bottom. Some might be at the top. I don't know. In one of the bars, anyway. You will find a link that says either work with us or affiliates or something like that. Click on it and see what happens. Some of them you just apply and then they accept. And they'll email you, you get a discount code to share with your members, they'll tell you how much commission you're going to get. Nice and simple. So that would, away you go. Now, some will do that at a very low level. I think BB Craft is the lowest at the moment. I think you only need 100 subscribers or something. So they're worth checking out. Some suppliers, you could just email them and have a chat. That's how I ended up with Just For You Online, my very first suppliers. I emailed them and just told them how marvelous the products were. And we struck up a conversation, and next thing I know, I've got an affiliate deal, and I've found some really, really lovely people to work with, which is amazing. So you could try emailing them. Be cheeky. The other one is as you grow, and this started happening once I cleared only about 5,000 subscribers, they start approaching you, and this is when you need to be very selective, which I'll come back to in a moment because I can see there's another cracking question come in here. Do companies mind if you're an affiliate for more than one? I'm an affiliate for about 15, I think, now, something like that, so no problem at all. The ones where they would mind is when you're more than an affiliate. It's when you're an ambassador. Now, I'm only an ambassador for one firm. You could be an ambassador for different firms for different products, completely different products. Now, I'm an ambassador for Apex Resin and EcoPore. But if let's say Let's Resin approached me and said, would I be an ambassador for their silicone? I might say yes, because I use gallons of the stuff and it's just the one I use anyway. That's okay. But when you're saying you're going to be an ambassador, it means you're going to be exclusive for that particular product to that firm. So you do need to check out very carefully the ins and outs of that. If it's just an affiliate, you can be an affiliate for like loads. It's fine, as many as you want, not a problem. Now, as I said, this is where you do need to be picky. I have turned down some very big firms. In fact, one of the biggest who sponsors probably the biggest resin craft channel on the planet. There are some firms that I just don't click with the way that their business model is, how they operate. Rachel, I'll come back to your question in a moment. Yeah, they've got to click with me. I've talked before. High Resin Realm. Yeah, I've talked before. It's Nicky, isn't it? I'm trying to remember everybody's names. I talked before about how I clicked with Just For You Online because they take a very carbon neutral approach to everything. They're very ethical. I just like the way they do business. I like the way they communicate. Similarly, with Into Resin, as you know, I get a lot of stuff from Into Resin. They're over in China, but they're not this sort of cheap mass-produced stuff. Most of the range that I use of theirs is these beautiful, beautiful, expensive handmade molds, where the original's handmade, the thing itself is handmade. Now, to me, that is very special. They're crafters like us. That's the way I view it. I can communicate with them well. I talk to them regularly. They say, "Well, what do you think of this? And can we send you that?" And the same with Boo and Nicole. Now, Let's Resin, conversely, they're more of a mass market, mass produced type products, but they are quality. They're the good end of the market. And again, I talk to them regularly. So to me, it's all about that communication. So find businesses that fit with the way you like to do business, that you think will fit with your mindset, and that you can communicate well with. and that will do the right things for your customers too. You probably all know that I've recently ditched resiners. I was earning some blooming good commission from them, but I won't go back over the story again, but there's some very unethical business practices gone on there recently. So I'm out. Hi, Wendy. So I'm out on that one. And there's a couple of other suppliers similarly. I'm out. Now, I won't go on my channel and slag them off, although listeners, I did a bit recently simply because Dan Cooper had already done it. So I thought there's nothing to lose here. But others, you just won't see those products on my channel. It's as simple as that. So be be picky. Don't be afraid to say no. If the first one that approaches you, you don't think the right fit with you, don't be afraid to say no, because it will pay in the long run, that you'll have got ones that you really believe in, you can really work with, and you can really engage with your audience talking about their products in a proper way that is for the audience, not for your pocket, because you believe in this product and this supplier so much. And that is what will generate a better income, a more sustainable income, and you've got to live with yourself. So I'd always recommend go that route. Similarly, sponsored videos. I was going to mention that later, but I'll come on to it now. If anybody gets in touch with you and says, I'd like to sponsor a video, would you advertise? I'll tell you some of the ones I've had recently, because I haven't done a sponsored video yet. Hi, Natalie. Would you like a treadmill and a full fitness program? I'm thinking, what are you saying? I know I'm out of shape. But when I was 30 years younger, I was extremely fit and I was a competitive sports person. That would have appealed to me then. But what's it got to do with a resin channel or this channel? You know, if I was a fitness freak at my age and that was part of the topic of my channel, then I'd have said yes. But no, it's like, what? I've had adult stuff. I'll leave that there. I've had one I've had recently, which actually they just want to set up an affiliate thing with me, mobile phone cases. And I thought, you're going to send me free phone cases. I get through phone cases like crazy. I love phone cases. I am obsessed with phone cases. Love them. And I wreck them because I use my phone for filming. Now, they'd actually watched my channel. So it wasn't this, dear YouTuber, we love your channel, brackets. I- These people had genuinely watched my channel. They said, oh, we loved your squishy video. We understand you're filming with your phone still. Because I think I mentioned that on the video. We do phone cases. Is this something you would like to talk about? And I thought, yeah, that fits with me. And I do talk about the fact that I film with my phone. Um, so yeah, phone cases. Anyway, watch this space. We'll see how that one develops. So this is what I'm saying to you. Think of ones where it fits um, with your channel, because I'm quite easily going to be able to say, you know, because people will see my phone. This is the current phone case. It's a magnetic one that I got from Amazon, and I can't get the phone out of it. But it's a magnetic one. It's very nice. And I've got resin all over the back of it already. So, you know, my phones make an appearance. People see me out filming with them. So without actually having to make adverts for them, because that I don't want to do, actual adverts. It's something that could just naturally pop up in my videos and already does. So it's fine. So this is the other thing. Some of these firms who want you to be an affiliate or to be or to sponsor a video, they want you to actually film an advert. I think you may have seen one or two crafters doing that, and I ain't doing that. I just say, no, sorry. If your product is something that I will genuinely be using and that will appear in my video, and I'll be and I love it, so I'm really happy to say to my viewers, yeah, look, this is where you can get one if you want one. That's it. That's my limit. I'm not a marketing firm. I'm not advertising as such. All I'm doing is sharing what I love and what I use. And if you want one too, here's how you can get it. And I will only do it, even then, with a new sponsor. I would only do it if I thought there was something genuinely in it big time for my viewers. You'll know that I'm an affiliate for a few things where I get nothing. I recommend products, I get nothing in return, but there's a discount in it for you. Or I just think I'm helping you out by showing you that thing. So that's how I try to work it. So it's really not me advertising, not me selling. It's just basically me saying, "Hey, look, this is what I'm using. I like it because of this. If you want one, this is how you can get it. And oh, look, I've negotiated a discount for you." So that's the approach. So anything you see me use, genuinely, I love it. If I don't, not show it. I'll just simply not show it. It's as simple as that. So yes, be picky. Make sure you're happy with the brands. Make sure you're happy that their ethics, the way they do business, sits well with you, and make sure, of course, that you love the products because and some suppliers that I love some of their products, but just don't use some of their others. It's like Let's Resin. I really love a lot of their products. Don't use their resin simply because I'm really badly allergic to it. And anyway, I'm an ambassador for Apex because I love the Apex resin. So yes, it can be a bit difficult to decide. Now, the way they pay you, by the way, is important. The That you will get paid. You can set it up to go straight into your bank account. Can I suggest to keep it tidy and so you're not giving out your bank details to all and sundry? If you've got get yourself a PayPal account if you haven't got one already, then it can be paid into your PayPal account, which makes keeping accounts easy. Because yes, you do need to account for it. In every country that I'm aware of, you would need to pay tax on any income that you get from these sources. So if it's paid into your PayPal account, at the end of the year, I just go, how much has come in? Oh, there's my total. Really easy for those people like me who can't count. So there's a suggestion for you. Um, what was there was a very good question, wasn't there, about the links? Where's it gone? Can't find it now. Whoever asked it, I do apologise. So much great chat going on, as always. The question was, do the links appear automatically for you or something like that? No, they don't. What you need to do is you have to, and this can get quite tedious, especially if for some reason I don't qualify for an Amazon storefront yet, so I can't put all the links just point at the Amazon storefront and there you go. I have to go through and find each project, and of course, people are in different countries. Excuse me here. So what I do is I'll put the link. If it's to a brand, I'll put the link to the website and let you go and look for the product yourself because there's usually variations of it. So you'll want to find the one that suits you, and I'll put the discount code alongside it. If it's an Amazon one, I have to go and find the product and get the discount link off that. And then I have to go to Amazon America and do the same thing. That's the only two I've got so far. But you have to be an Amazon associate. I'm not an Amazon influencer yet. That's how you get the storefront. You have to be an Amazon associate to do that. And you just go to the Amazon Associates tab and you just apply and keep doing it until they accept you, basically. But I think there's minimum requirements which they won't publish. So just keep trying it, and eventually at some point you'll just get this thing where they'll go, "Oh yes, you're in." So you can keep applying and until they accept you. Um, Lisa's just commented that there are some that aren't as quite as to be trusted about this. Yeah, it's a difficult one. When we have sponsored content, we say so that those of us who do this properly, and we should. There is actually a requirement that we do by YouTube, and you'll notice that up the top left-hand corner of the video screen, you'll see it says include paid promotion. We have to tick a box when we upload our videos and that to say yes, and that's what generates that tick. Now that applies whether it's a commission that's being earned or free stuff being sent, and it's just so that everybody knows where they stand, because it's only fair that if I say to you, you should buy this stuff, which you should, by the way, it's marvelous. Sorry, coming over all silly now, and I've only had one swig of wine. Um, Yeah, it's only fair that you know I'm an ambassador for Apex Resin, so that is the only resin you'll see me using, and it's the only one I recommend and will give you the link for. And that is not saying that other resins aren't very, very good, and I know other people have different preferences. I just personally really like these. But it's only fair that you know I do get paid commission on it. Now, I know you all trust me enough to know that that wouldn't sway anyway, because as you know, I mean, I'm always promoting the products from Wendy at Toonfish Crafts. She doesn't pay me to do that. She just send me freebies every so often, which is brilliant, and I love it. But I was showing off her products and recommending them long before she started doing that, and there was absolutely nothing in it for me. It's just because I wanted to share them with you because I thought you should know about them. That's it exactly, Malula. Most of the stuff that I promote, what Malula said here, never endorse a product unless you buy it yourself. Most of the products that I've promoted, I have actually bought myself initially. Um, it's like before I started getting the silicone from, excuse me, before I started getting the silicone from Let's Resin, I've been using it for about 2 years anyway. Marvelous stuff. And they suddenly said, "Can we send you some?" Excellent. But when I make stuff to sell in my store, because I sell the little frog molds and things like that, I buy the silicone because I don't think they should be funding my business. They should be helping with the videos, but I don't think they should be funding my sales. So I actually buy the silicone to make the mold, and yep, it's Let's Resin. Although recently I have been using Tea Expert as well, which also is very good. Just takes longer to cure, but there you go. Oh yes, I've, s- I think I know the one you mean. There was I've seen this a couple of times actually, videos where I know a product is brand new out, and at the time the one video out, I know Daniel Cooper had got the only one in the country, and I'd got one coming to me, and probably a couple of other crafters had. But Daniel had got the only one of this particular thing in the country, and I knew that for a fact direct from the manufacturers. And yet when a video went out about a week later, that person had had that item for months or something, and you just think, "No, you hadn't." But anyway, I'm glad you like it, Malula. Yeah, no names, no names. But the thing is, we know, don't we? We're not stupid. And to be honest, they're probably doing it a bit tongue in cheek anyway. I don't take it too seriously. Anyway, my top tips then for once you've got your affiliate deals is work with them. There are some that are less communicative, and I don't hear from them again. And I've still got the discount code, so I put it in my links for you. I may or may up commission might turn up at some point, I don't know. But if I've got a discount code, I'll put it in the links for you because I want you to be able to use that discount code. But I don't hear any more from them, and I don't get any more stuff from them. And they're products I will use from time to time because I use them anyway. Um, but it doesn't feel like a relationship. And I think the ones where it becomes a relationship and you can talk to them and say, like, what are you, how are you doing? Like into resin, they let me know when they've got a backlog with these handmade molds so that I can forewarn people and say, look, beware, it could take a little while to come. Or they'll say, look, we've got a new one. Do you want one of these to show everybody? We'd like if you could promote this for us. And if I look at it and think it's not really my sort of thing, I'll say, maybe not that one. But if it is, I'll go, oh yes, please give it to me, and I'll do it. So be communicative, work with them, build that relationship. And that's why it pays to have less affiliate deals, but quality ones, if that makes sense. Um, Now, this is a very good question, and I might do an actual video on this at some point. Can you set up a default on YouTube to include all of the affiliate links, or do you have to copy and paste it into the description area every time? Now, Gert does exactly that by the look of it, copies and pastes it. But on YouTube Studio, if you're doing it on a desktop or a laptop, you have a field where you can set all your defaults, and there's a whole load of stuff you can put in there to save you a stack of time. And that's how I do it because I'm always working on a laptop. Because then all I do is go down it and say, oh, I don't need that one on this one, and I need to change that for this and this and this. So because we do end up with this great long list of links, and this again is where it's different for craft channels. Most YouTube channels, nobody reads the description, so you've got to get the bit of your description right in the first is it 50 characters, I think, because that's the bit people will see, and unless they click more, they won't see anything else. Now, with our channels, you still want your best bit, your hook type of thing, in your first 50 words if you can. But a lot of our viewers will go into that video description, because you'll say, "Oh, the links and the discount codes are down below in the video description." They'll all dive in there looking for it. So we are a little bit different in that our video description does get looked at. Um, but yes, it is one of the many things that you can save a stack of time on. But I think this is another place we have an unfair advantage, because somebody advertising, well, not advertising, but a different niche. I don't know, like a gaming channel. They're very popular, aren't they? Or a true crime channel. Um, how often do you ever read the video description? If you know there's something in it for you, you go and look, don't you? If there's a freebie down there or some helpful information and it's drawn to your attention, you go and look, but otherwise you probably don't. So again, I think crafting, we have an unfair advantage. To give you an idea of that, the free stuff I've been sent from month to month, some months it's practically nothing. My craziest month has to be the month at which probably about 200 or 300 pounds worth of moulds turned up, and an X tool laser cutter. I mean, goodness sake, I couldn't believe they'd sent me that. So that can vary, and say other months I might just get some, I don't know, a couple of little moulds or something turn up or whatever, or nothing. So it varies wildly. How many link? That's a good question. How many? Oops, let's show that one. There we go. How many links you can add? No, you run out of characters at some point. So I end up sort of having to take some off to put new ones on. But my principle is I'm trying to put them in, because there's a lot and people get lost in it. So I'm trying to put them in blocks so you can see where you are. And I try to put only the ones that are particularly relevant to that video, plus a couple of others that I think people would like to be there. Because you just run out of characters, and obviously you want a bit for your description, but you want the description as short as you can. Keep it short, keep it snappy, say exactly what the video is about, include some keywords in that, and so on. But then you just end up with all this description. The only good thing about having these whopping great descriptions that's got all these links in it is you'll have a lot of your keywords like resin, silicone mold, nitrile gloves, silicone mat. You're because those will be your links, because that's what, and you'll be putting, here on Amazon, this is where you get it. You're actually accidentally um, creating a really keyword rich video description, which YouTube likes because it helps it to know what your channel is all about and then who to push it out to. So, and it makes you more searchable. So, although it looks like a bit of a monster, um, there you go. Lisa always reads the descriptions. Yes, Gert, I do love that X tool. I'm working on another, trying to get another one. That was it M1 Ultra that Wendy's got? I want one of them. Anyway, uh, Linktree. Sally's mentioned Linktree. Yeah, I've got Linktree as well, because then people can choose whichever they want to go, whichever route they want to go. The Linktree I tend to use more for links to my Facebook, my shop and things like that, but those links are in the video descriptions too. But Linktree, I know a lot of people use that. I think Dan Cooper does, doesn't he? That might have been where I got that idea from. So I use that as well, because it's a single link that you can put whatever links you like in there. And I think the easiest we can make it for people, so if they prefer to go that route they can, if they want to go that route they can. Everything we do needs to be focused on our audience. Forget this blooming algorithm malarkey. The algorithm is just serving the audience. So what we need to do is make it great for a video is great for our viewers. They'll want to stay on our channel for as long as you can provide them the entertainment, so that they'll trust us and want to take us as a good guide as to things that are worth investing in and things that aren't. And make it as easy for them to navigate and find the links that they need and to find their way to the next video and all that sort of thing. If you concentrate on doing all that, then the income streams just take care of themselves if you absolutely put your viewers first. So yes, you do need to know where all these sources of income can come from, whether you're wanting to self-fund a hobby or whether you're wanting to make it a business or whether you're just an interested viewer who wants to know how it all works. It's important that we do understand how these work, particularly for us as crafters. But the real key to the whole thing is communication, working with the suppliers, making sure you're doing the absolute right thing and the best for your viewers. And that's how your income gets generated. And it's sustainable. It's not a flash in the pan. It's not a make a few hundred quid and suddenly you're gone, you know. So there we are. Any the other thing to check out with your suppliers as well, while I'm thinking about it, is they ask them how they want their products promoted. I said yes to a couple of suppliers. Further down the line, found they wanted the advert route, so I just had to go back and say no. So one of the early questions you want to ask them is, "What's in it for my viewers? What do you need me to do?" Some of them want X number of videos within a certain time span and things like that. Can you accommodate that or not? Um, and then finally, what's in it for me? But the first things you need to know are what's in it for your viewers and what do they need from you, and is that something that you're happy to deliver? Right, you're fighting over X tools. Any more questions on the affiliate thing before I move on? Just wait for a second, see if anybody's got any more questions. Sneaky swig of my wine. If not, as I said earlier, we will be doing a mop-up of any final questions at the end anyway. Not seeing any come through, but it could be that there's some lag on it. I don't know. No, not seeing any more questions. Okay, if there are, save them to the end and we'll have that mop-up. Next topic I wanted to go on to was talking about our own product sales. Now, again, this is where crafters probably have an unfair disadvantage. Try again. Oh, get my teeth in. An unfair advantage in that we're actually making something. People are seeing the love and care that goes into it, and the creativity and the skill. Um, Hi, Mac Fufu. That's a great name. So they may want to buy that thing from you. Now, I find that I don't do very well at craft fairs. There was one event I used to do well at, which wasn't a craft fair, but that got too expensive to do, and it just got to the point where no, this is not going to work anymore. So online, there's a good question. Oh gosh, my plant in the audience. Thank you, Rachel. I use Shopify. Rachel's asked if anybody used Shopify. I also use eBay. Etsy did not work at all for me. So I use eBay just for historical reasons. I've been on eBay for a very long time selling my model railway stuff, the guinea pig fairy lights, and a couple of other bits and pieces. So I've still got that going because that's where people tend to find me. However, I've set up a shop on Shopify. Now, the next question is, how are people going to find your shop on Shopify? If you've got a YouTube channel, you're way ahead. Because I tell you now, the first time I made a mould of that little frog, wherever he is, he's hiding around here somewhere. Don't know where he's gone. Here's one of his siblings. Frogs everywhere in here. Um, I couldn't make those moulds quick enough, and it's still one of my best sellers. It's ridiculous. I've done variants on it now. I've got warty ones and shiny ones and all sorts. But all of it is driven from my YouTube channel. Now, a good example of this is if you see Julie Cuts at Pouring Your Heart Out. They her molds are just absolutely beautiful. You might know I've got 3 of her dragon molds and a couple of other bits and pieces. And you see her using them on her channel, a bit like you would me using one of Mould and Shapes molds or Into Resins or whatever. And immediately people want to know where to get one from. And if they like you as well, because they like your videos, they really would like to buy one of those from you. So you do find that you will get probably your best customers from Shopify. Again, don't expect miracles. Well, I don't know. Your stuff might be better than mine and sell better than mine. Mine, I'm probably making what varies from 100 to about 300 a month, something like that, which again is not to be sniffed at, but you've got to make sure you've got time to make those products. Is it free to list on Shopify? Good question. No. I pay, I think it's about £25 a month. It's about the same as having an eBay shop. And then yes, it's free to list. But you can set up like print on demand and all sorts to it as well. So I've got a few print on demand products on there as well, the things that I designed, and then the printing of them and sending them out is outsourced. Julie's molds are amazing, aren't they, Rachel? Uh, Shopify is basically, yes, it's like a website, but it's set up to be a shop. You can even sell courses through it. You can do all sorts with it. Mine's very simple because I find it a bit mind-boggling and complicated. So I've just worked out how to do the limited things that I do well. At least I hope I have. The other thing you can do though with Shopify, and I don't know about other platforms, I honestly don't know because I haven't looked into it, but definitely with Shopify, under my videos, you now get like a little banner come up, and some of my products appear there, and you can scroll along them, or you click on one, it will take you straight to my shop. That is because I've actually linked my YouTube to my Shopify. Now, as I said, I don't know what other um, mediums, platforms. I don't know what other platforms you can do that with, but you can definitely do it with Shopify. So, Spotify, Spotify, Lisa, Spotify. I don't use Spotify. Can you elaborate, please? I'll see if I can answer that. So yeah, Shopify I find pretty good, to be honest. Once you get the hang of it, it's the basics are quite intuitive, and you can do a lot more with it. And you can link it below, as I said, so it comes up below your video. What the other thing you can do, and I've got a feeling this is fairly new to YouTube. You can actually Shopify. Yes, I do. I do find it is, but only because I'm driving sales from my. Sorry, you confused me there, Lisa. Um, because I'm driving sales from my YouTube channel, so it's making sales. So yes, it's worth it. It might be worth waiting until you've got a bit of a YouTube presence, so that you can drive the sales from it before you set it up, I would say. But that's up to you. There's a lot of tutorials on Shopify as well on YouTube, so have a good look into it first. But I find it good because I am driving the the sales from my YouTube. Oh, what else was I going to mention on that? I think that's probably it with selling your own goods. I'm finding it is the most effective way to do it. Lisa, don't worry. I mean, it's usually nails. I can't type when I've got long nails. Look, I've just had them cut a bit. They were getting a bit clawy. Any more questions on own product sales? Oh, Instagram. Yeah, I think if any social media, you could probably do it with. But I know there are some people who do very well out of Instagram. TikTok, you can set up shops on as well, and also Facebook. There's Facebook Marketplace, of course, as well. The only one I've got direct experience of is the YouTube one. But it'd be interesting to know how you get on there. Any more questions on how you can drive sales to your own products? Gloves on. Oh, typing with gloves on, that's a no. It's difficult. Any more for any more? Playing with resin. Well, yes, you've got to have your gloves on then, haven't you? I think the final thing I wanted to say to you all really, and then we'll take any sort of final questions overall, if there's anything I've missed or not covered, is that we definitely have an advantage because we drive watch hours better than a lot of niches, because we've got an audience who are mostly more mature, mostly ladies. We're quite good at shopping online, aren't we, girls? Have we ever did? Am I the only one who's done drunken late night Amazon shopping? Yeah, we're good at it. We do like to grab a cup of tea and sit down and watch a video. We like to see a story unfold, and it makes our stories. So we do definitely have a watch hours advantage. The fact that we're making things is an advantage in terms of sales. The fact that we have so many opportunities for affiliate deals that are, yeah, granted, mostly more smaller ticket stuff, but quite prolific. I think we have a lot of really, really good advantages for those of us who want to derive, whether a modest income or a full-time living from YouTube. Um, the only thing I really wanted as a little bit of a parting shot is Be careful of fake offers. You'll have seen people losing their YouTube channels. I don't want to scare you folks, but there's some awful things out there. We've had people getting into people's bank accounts. I think Dan Cooper has been doing quite a good job of promoting some scares that have been going around lately. If you get emailed out of the blue by a firm you've never heard of, you need to do a lot of due diligence. This mobile phone case firm, I looked at their website. They'd got websites in various countries. They had got lots of links set up. I searched company's house to see if they were registered in the UK. They are. So I did have a good rummage around, and the way that they interacted with me was so much more credible as well. So be very, very careful. And that's another reason for doing any payments via PayPal. You haven't got to give anybody any bank details then, and you've got a certain amount of protection. Yes, check the domain history, definitely. Um, so really, really check them out to the nth degree. The other thing you will get bombarded with as your channels grow, and not to fall for, which I'm sure you won't, because, and this is a slight side issue, is you'll start to get people offering to optimize your SEO for your channel, and they're experts, and they call you sir when you're quite clearly a woman. Trustpilot is a great place to look as well. Yes, that is a real good one, Nikki. Gert's had a faker already. Look for registered addresses of businesses. Yeah. And you will have people, that's an interesting one, Lisa. You will have people approach you pretending to be Timu and other reputable firms. Mom had some people on the phone the other day pretending that they were her bank and that she'd had a load of suspicious transactions go through her Amazon account. Luckily, my mom doesn't have an Amazon account and immediately thought, nah. But, she can be a bit gullible, so it could be easily done. Experts I've never heard from. Yeah. The thing is, if they have to reach out to you, SEO, search engine optimization. Sorry, McFufu, I should have explained that. Using all the right tags and keywords and all that sort of thing. If they have to reach out to you looking for video editing business, helping you with your channel, your shop, or anything like that, they can't be that good. Because let's face it, if you needed anybody to help you, you would be reaching out to them and you would know exactly who you're approaching. So feel free to just delete and block all of those. Yeah, AliExpress seems to be okay, Nikki. Temu, yes, there's a lot of reasons to be wary with Temu. There's a lot of fake goods on there as well. However, bargain molds. Yeah, I've succumbed to the bargain mold sometimes, quite a lot, in fact. There you go. Lynn said she's getting the Amazon ones regularly. Yeah. I mean, the first thing Mom did was put the phone down and ring her bank. Sensible, just to make sure there was not a problem. So just be a bit wary. I just don't want to scare you, but that's oh yes, and just watch Nate Black. Just always watch Nate Black. Me too, and Nick Nimmin. They're just marvelous, and that nice Rob from vidIQ. He's lovely. But Nate Black is awesome. And one I've discovered recently is Kirk Nugent. He's only got, I think he's just approaching 10,000 subscribers, but he's been making a living doing videography and live streaming with big businesses for many, many years. He's just absolutely amazing. He's lovely to listen to as well, but he's just amazing. Keep him on the phone for fun. I do that sometimes too, Nikki. Especially if they're trying to sell life insurance or any sort of insurance. I have a riot with them because I'm ex-insurance industry. And they say, well, what qualifies you to know that I'm wrong? I go, well, an ACII for a start and an AFPC. They hang up then because they don't even know what those are. Anyway, there we are. Right. I've waffled a bit again, and I hope I've covered quite a lot of ground for you. So, yeah, I think he was with it. Was he with Think Media? I think he was Think Media, wasn't he? Kirk. He's certainly very awesome. So you told him you died. Like it. You can have real good fun if you've got the time to play with scammers, can't you? Anyway, so I've covered an awful lot of ground there. It's some stuff that we touched on in my previous live, and I felt deserved a deeper delve. I hope it was, oh, Death Tripper, yes. But I have to say, them I've had from them have been fine too. I've had some good stuff from Temu, few averagey, but I just try to avoid the stuff that's quite obviously knockoffs. That's all. So yes, any more questions, anyone? Now is a good chance to do a mop up. If you think of any questions after we finish this live stream, then by all means lob them in the video description. I am going to do these going forward on this channel rather than my craft channel because I think it sits better here. So that is what I will carry on doing if you're all happy with that as well. So my final questions to you at this point are there any more questions you want me to clear up now? If so, put them in chat now. And my second question is, what do you want me to cover next? Because I think from my last live, there's a whole load of things that you would like me to go into more depth on. So just let me know what they are, either in the chat now, or we can stick them in the chat later, or drop me an email even, or find me on Discord. AliExpress mold, yes, I'm a bit addicted to AliExpress. I'll tell you how credible AliExpress are. I had somebody very thoughtfully drop me a line and say, I think you are an affiliate for Boo and Nicole, aren't you? I think there's a fake firm on AliExpress selling their molds and pretending to be Boo and Nicole. You know what? It was Boo and Nicole. I checked with them and it is their actual store. And I thought, oh, that's good then. Nice. Okay, I'll see this. You can watch up the video later. I hope a few people will. Growing a channel. Let me write these down. Growing a channel. I'm getting better at it. I'm learning. Finding a pen would be a good thing to do a workshop on. So growing a channel. I've just basically fired up my WhatsApp all across my screen. The other topic I think that came up a lot is what to put in what boxes. You know, when you actually upload a video and when you set up your channel, what to put in what boxes. And again, I think it's a bit different for crafters because of all these blooming links and things we have to put in. Some of it's generic and some of it is, you know, specific to crafters. So I will pick up on that as well. Just whizzing down. Not seeing any more at the moment. Kirk wants to be Richard Branson. YouTube Studio on laptop. Yeah, there's a lot around that, June. I think it's, you know, we were saying about, there was that question earlier about putting all your links and things into your video description. There's so much around Studio that we can do to make our lives easier and make it a bit more effective. Still not pretending to be any sort of expert, but I can share with you again what I've learned if that's a topic that would help. I think it would be, because we've had a few questions around that. And then generally growing a channel is the other one that I've had chucked in here, which I think would be a really nice topic to talk about, wouldn't it? But yeah, let me have any more. What I'm going to do now is close down this chat, I think. And so any other thoughts? Section on adding the links, so the setting don't have to keep adding. Yes, absolutely. That's the sort of thing I'm meaning when I talk about those YouTube settings and things in Studio. I'll definitely include that because that's quite a biggie. Yeah. Organising resin crafts. I would be the worst person to do that, Rachel. The only bit of the craft room that you can see behind me is the only organised bit. You should see the floor. I have to climb in and out the room. I would not be the person to do you a video on that. I would love to say yes, but I'm really not. I am a hoarder. Mark despairs. Okay then, folks, don't forget, if you would be so, vidIQ and TubeBuddy, yeah, I use both of those as well. I've only just started with them, but there's a few useful features in there. I'll include that in one of my talkies sometime as well, what I've been using them for. Right, as I said, I'm going to close this chat down now. Thank you all so much for being here. If you would be so kind as to chuck any more questions and comments you have down in the video comments below, that would be awesome. And also, just, you know, and if there's any topics you particularly want me to cover, bear in mind, as I said, I will be hosting these on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, in case I forget to flag it up on my main channel, that I'm doing it here, you might want to just subscribe to this channel as too. I'm going to talk about things on this channel that are to do with YouTube, to do with being my age and being on YouTube, and just generally things that I think you might find amusing, as well as this useful sort of stuff that are all about me being 57 or soon 58. Oh heck. And somehow ending up being a YouTube influencer, which is odd, isn't it? Okay, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for all your support. You're just bloody awesome, as I always say. So thanks, and I shall see you all soon. And by the way, if you want a bit of a giggle, that slightly less than 4 minute video that I put out today was released about 15 minutes ago, and you get to see Mark in a Batman suit. If that doesn't put you off. Okay, I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.